questions.
Tom, you guys had kind of held them in check from 3 in the first half. What did you not like about what the group did defensively, despite them not being able to kind of?
Well, I think we got in a hole early, so that hurt us. We were much better in the second quarter, and then I thought we played really well in the third, and then we got it down to 4. I think in the start of the fourth, it was at 89-85, and then on a dead ball we gave up a 3, and then that hurt us right there. So then they went on, like, I think 12-4 run right there. So.
I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't mean to interrupt. What did you see that got you guys in that hole in the first quarter?
Probably some missed shots. I liked the shots that we created. When we sprayed the ball out, and when you spray the ball out, you just got to trust your teammates, and sometimes you're not going to make them, but then you got to get back and you got to play defense. And so, we were spread out and we weren't communicating as well as we could have, and they got into a good rhythm. But then I thought the second quarter that changed, and then the third quarter was very good. And they're gonna, if you let your guard down at all and you don't make multiple efforts on every play, they can go on runs on you. And so, but I liked the fight a lot in the third quarter. And I think they've been high volume, obviously 3-point shooting team. I thought we had some good situations in which we switched, but then we didn't finish with the rebound. The rebounding hurt us, and that's where we have to shore that up.
Why did Miles work with that lineup in the third quarter?
Yeah, they just got a good rhythm going. I thought that the intensity, and they're dangerous because of what they do off the dribble, and you got to fly around. And I thought that gave us a good spark, but that group got going. I thought we played, a lot smarter in terms of like who we were putting in pick and rolls and the advantages we could create off of that. And so that's how we have to play. I mean, they're a terrific team on both sides of the ball. They have, length at the rim, so you got to make good decisions when you get in there. And I thought we were smart. In the second and third, we ended up getting points in the paint, and we got some good looks, and we got into a good rhythm.
It was like Cat took a pretty good shot late in the game. Just what did you see that let you know that he was good to come back?
Yeah, no, he said he was fine. So, again, his rebounding was terrific.
You guys have consistently struggled against elite offenses defensively this year. What would you say has been the biggest reason?
Well, I think it's probably a combination of things. One, they're elite, so and I think the volume 3-point shooting teams, you can do a good job, but it just takes 2 or 3 minutes of, not getting it right, and they can go on a run on you. So it's something that we got to continue to work on, and that's the test of the league. So learn from each game, get ready for the next one, and that's where we want the focus to be. Well, the thing is, it's obviously an ongoing process. So, this team is a well-oiled machine. They've been together for a while, and so we have to keep learning and getting better. So I think the fact that, we were able to close that gap to get it to 89, 85 with, into the fourth, and that's where we got to be better. When we're in that position, that's when we got to be at our best.
You mentioned the other day, you can't let go of the rope when you fall behind. Today you guys go down 27 and they fight back. Is that something you build up?
Yeah, well, you prefer not to get down. Like the thing is if you build a habit of fighting to win every possession, you can miss a shot, but hopefully at the end of the game you've won more possessions than your opponent has. But fight to win each possession is important. You don't know which possession may cost you the game. It could be a jump ball, could be lack of awareness on a dead ball out of bounds, whatever it might be. Those things add up, and you got to take those things away. Particularly, like when you're fighting a team like this, it's every possession does matter.
In the first 2 matchups, I think you went Mikal on Tatum. This time we saw more OG. Did you like what you saw from OG?
Yeah, and again, both guys are going to have to, be able to guard multiple guys, and you like to change it up some. And then Porzingis makes them different as well. So you got to make good decisions there.
So this next question after, obviously, these are the two top teams in the East you play in a row. Like, where do you see where you guys are at after?
Just let you know, like, I feel like we have a lot of work to do, but I've always felt like we have a lot of work to do. So the thing is, it's not anything more than it is. It's a game. We lost the game. We got to learn from it, get ready for the next one, and with the idea in mind that we have to play our best at the end. So each game reveals something to you, tells you the things that you have to work on, what you have to get better at, and so that's what we're striving to do. I think, obviously getting Josh back is big for us, and we'll go from there.
Where do you see Tyler Coley push the starters this year when a player doesn't get a lot of time? How much is that important?
Well, every day is important for him. I think, practices are important. I think when he goes to the G League, those days, like when you're a rookie, it's all about learning. Learn the league, you're learning the NBA, you're learning a new system, you're learning from the veterans, you're learning each day. He's a gym rat. I love the way he works. I think he has a great future.
You mentioned Josh.
That's one.
With Josh coming back from the knee, 20, 11, and 9, just kind of what you saw from him.
Yeah, really good energy, in his typical type game, like, they were playing their fives on him, so I thought his activity was great, just to be running into pick and rolls, generating advantages. He got into the pocket some, we were able to, get points in the paint off of that, so I liked the way he played a lot.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.